Hello and welcome to the video. It is the weekend, so it is time for my weekly bench update. But before we get to the bench update, there's a few other things I want to discuss in this video. One, we have the NNL North coming up next week. We have my group build, as well as a big thank you and a shout out, which goes to John over at the Scale Reviver channel. I had recently picked up a big gallon bag of random grills, more grills, kind of customizing front end parts, more grills, and some more other front end and miscellaneous parts, a few others that I kind of threw away that were broken. But I was going through and kind of cataloging them, organizing them, and making photos to have in my phone as a reference for future use. I'm not super familiar with all these stuff. I just bought them to build some customs, but I thought, why not? Let's reach out to John. He has a incredible knowledge of all these old vintage stuff and see what he could answer. See if he noticed anything that was of interest or value. And he was gracious enough with his time to go through these photos in a matter of a day or two. Answered a ton of them. I'm very appreciative of that. It really helps me kind of identify and categorize them. So make sure you go check out his channel, give him a big like, a thank you, a subscribe, as well as he just finished the 63 AMT customizing kit box art build that he was doing, which I think turned out fantastic. I would love to tackle that at some point. Maybe in a couple years I can get around to doing my version. But make sure you go check out his channel, give him a subscription. I do appreciate it. And a big thank you, John. And if you think you have an incredible knowledge of those kind of bumpers and parts, by all means, send me an email. I'll pass along the photos. You can try your hand at answering those and see what you can come up with and compare your notes with John's and kind of really lock in the answers. But moving on, I want to mention my group build called Colors of Our Past. If you have not seen that introductory video, I will leave a link in the description for that, as well as you can find it on the homepage. I don't expect a huge turnout for this one, as it's not as general as a lot of the other ones going on. This one has a level of entry or difficulty, maybe finding a certain specific kit and a little effort into the videos. But for those that do join, I really look forward to it and I do appreciate it. But moving on from that, I do want to talk about the NNL North, which is coming up next Sunday. I'm only aware of one other content creator that is going, and that is Larry over at Larry's Model Shop. So make sure you go check out his channel, give him a like and a subscribe, as I'm sure he'll be putting up some content and coverage of the show on his channel. I'll do my best to get some coverage, but there'll be a nice alternate source as well. And talking about which kits to take, I'm going to try to get the 2 on the bench done this week. We only have a week left, so we'll see how that goes. And then trying to decide what else to take. I do have a list of my kits. The for sure going is the USAC Roadrunner, the 65 Custom Pontiac, the 63 Ford Fairlane, the 54 Chevy Gasser. Those are all very visually interesting and some of my better builds, so I think they're kind of a must to go. I don't have any expectation to win, just be happy to be on the table. Maybe get a photo in a magazine, about all I can hope for. Kind of the alternates that I'm not sure about. Let me know if you guys think that they're interesting and they should be going to the show. That is the 59 El Camino, Felfa's 55, which I think is a really nice build, but it is black, and everybody's kind of seen that car, so I don't know how interesting that is, but I think it's a nice build. The 132nd Cadillac, I think, was a pretty neat little build. Only small scale I have, so maybe a small scale entry there. The 69 Chevelle, just kind of a nice clean one, but again, it's black and kind of a common type vehicle. I do have the 3-in-1 AMT customizing boat, which I did for the Cancer Awareness Group build. That one is definitely kind of a unique one in my collection, but let me know if any of these you believe I should be taking. Again, we have the 2 on the bench if they can make it. They're kind of alternates. And then just a few of the other ones. I don't have any interest in taking those unless you guys really think that they should be on the tables for some reason, or you want to see them in person if you are going. But give me your opinions and thoughts down below. And now we can actually get to what is on the bench. I did not get the 41 Plymouth done as expected last week. I got distracted with the 34 Ford pickup over there doing the plumbing and wiring, but it's all good. Again, we're making progress. Seems like I'm constantly working on them, but not getting very far. But let's do the Plymouth. Nothing has changed on the body. So we're good there. The interior has been assembled. We got the seat and the dash in, steering column, detailed as much as I could. I think it's looking good enough in there. We have the rolling chassis done. We got the wheels on. It was kind of interesting on Facebook and Instagram. It was kind of a tie between the white walls and non-white walls, but the Facebook, or the YouTube, excuse me, was very prominently for the white walls, so that's the way we went. Again, I was split, so you guys were my tiebreaker. We do have a complete rolling chassis ready to go. The engine, we've gotten some work done on that. We got a belt, pulleys done there, and then we did decide to wire it. Let's see if we can get this to show up. I did add the wiring and the little kind of guide plate there. I think it turned out all right. And moving on from that, that should be able to kind of get together. I think I can probably get the 41 Plymouth done this weekend. We'll get her buttoned up, get the chrome on it. Do have quite a bit of chrome to add to the body. But moving on to the pickup, did not much to the body. We got the seats in the interior, and they're looking pretty good. Got a little detailing done on the firewall, but we're pretty kind of just waiting on the chassis to finish up on that guy. Just going along with the interior was kind of doing some mock-up on roll bars. Just use some solder. I thought round would be the way to go, as that's kind of the old school style look. Maybe a little tall, but it just, I don't know, didn't look right. Doesn't seem to fit. So I did decide to go square for a look, and I think it just matches that square body, square plain look of the Ford pickup. I do have one working up in styrene for that, but again, that's all that is for the body. The grill, we did add the grill. We did some light kind of chrome washing to that grill. I think it turned out really nice. Kind of has a good beat up but still chrome look. We do have the radiator in there, and the chassis. Did a lot of plumbing and wiring on this. I guess we'll start with the carburetors. We did add some fuel lines to that guy, so I think those are going to detail up nice. Just kind of quickly touched the linkage there. We'll do some more detailing once it's on. I think that's going to look really nice. Into the chassis, again, trying to do all the plumbing and wiring I can. We do have the ignition wired, plugs wired. Got the coil wire coming up on the back. We have the, I don't know if you, which way to start here. You can kind of see it ends here and then runs back. That is our fuel line running back to the gas tank. That turned out pretty good. We do have our battery cables wired into the battery box. Interesting note is this is on the wrong side for the real vehicle. It should be under the passenger side, but we're making it work. What else do we have in there? We do have the water necks on. We can get those plumbed up to the radiator when that's in. Again, we had the brakes done. Oh, we have the headlight wires, which I did in like a dark blue. I kind of want them to be noticeable, but not, you know, stick out like a sore thumb. So I didn't want to go black, but I didn't want to go like a bright yellow or anything like that. So chose a dark blue. That will run up to the firewall when that is assembled. But I think we're coming along, and I'm pretty happy with detailing it. I mean, it's not as good as a lot of guys, but it is my first kind of full plumb and wire, and I'm excited with the way it's coming along. And with that, thanks for watching.